We connect our two networks between the United States and Asia with 300 peak daily departures, and it's just really incredibly gratifying and humbling. I also want to brag about Starlux a little. When it comes to partnerships, it's not just where you fly. Do you have the kind of product that our customers are going to value? And do you have people who share the values that we have at American Airlines? I'm thrilled to have Alex here from Alaska Airlines, one of our really tremendous partners. And I'm even more thrilled to have a new partner here today in Starlux. It's an incredible team. The product is first class, whether it be the seat or the food or the in-flight entertainment. But you know what makes it great? It's not any of those things. It's the people. The people on the flight. It was an incredible experience. I had the privilege to visit the Starlux team in Taipei last year. They showed me their beautiful city, and I agree the hills are a lot greener there. I did some running. It was a lot steeper than Dallas-Fort Worth tends to be. But even more than the partnership and all of that, what I value is you're all my friends. We have formed not just a partnership, but a friendship. And I think the people in Phoenix are going to see just what a wonderful, wonderful carrier Starlux is, and they're going to love flying the airline. For our Advantage members here in Phoenix and around the world, we are looking at ways to really give you more access to Taipei, to Asia, when you're flying routes served by this partnership, to give you what you expect from American Airlines and really broaden that. So Glenn, Simon, the whole Starlux team, congratulations on launching this service. I can't wait to build this partnership and develop it for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. And speaking of Alaska Airlines and the partnership there, we're really grateful to have the Alaska team with us, Airlines team with us as well. Joining us today is Managing Director of Partnerships and International at Alaska Airlines, Mr. Alex Judson. Alex.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. First of all, congratulations to Starlux. We are so pleased for this moment and so excited for the milestone you're celebrating. Alaska's partnership with Starlux began around 3 years ago. It was April of 2023, and Starlux had just started their first flight to the west coast of the US, to Los Angeles. And you know, we just were so pleased because we got this opportunity to work with such an amazing new airline. And you know, from the beginning, we noticed this shared commitment to exceptional service, to premium guest care, and this natural bridge that was created between Taipei and the West Coast, and now Phoenix. Today, this milestone complements an already incredible network that Starlux is building, whether to Seattle, to San Francisco, to Los Angeles, Ontario, and Phoenix. And this new service is a win. It's a win for travelers. It's a win for all the airlines here today, and it's a win for the communities that we serve. One of the ways we at Alaska measure the strength of our partnerships is by asking our guests. So we send them surveys after they've traveled on our partners. I want to share with you a few verbatim comments that our Atmos Rewards members have shared about traveling on Starlux. First, Starlux provided a next level travel experience. They truly lived up to their Skytrax 5-star rating. Here's another one. Best service and food I've ever had in business class. To be honest, that one hurt a little. We were pretty jealous. These aren't just compliments, they are reflections of the care that the Starlux team puts into every detail of every flight. Here's to a partnership that continues to raise the bar and to many successful flights ahead. Congratulations, Starlux, and congratulations, Phoenix. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us, Alex. Those are great comments, and I would echo that. That was my experience as well. So, not the part about your service, but the part about Starlux, the service is fantastic. So at this time, I'm extremely honored to welcome our distinguished guests from Starlux Airlines. We're incredibly grateful to you all, as you know, for your commitment to connecting our two great cities and our communities for a vibrant future. We really appreciated all of their efforts through the past couple of years as we've worked to develop this. Your local team has been amazing to work with. And it's now my distinct pleasure to introduce the President and CEO of Starlux Airlines, Mr. Glenn Chai.
Mayor Gallego, and Vice Mayor Hodge Washington, and Jeff from our both very important partnership in the States, and Jeff from American Airlines, and Alex from Alaska Airlines, distinguished guest, good evening. We are so honored to have you with us today to celebrate the debut of our Phoenix Taipei flight. Actually, back to 2019, when Starlux was still in the early stage, we've seen the great tourism and business potential of Phoenix. So we've had this city in our network plans from the very beginning. After 5 years of preparations, the route was officially confirmed last year. And Phoenix actually offers very strong potential in both business and tourism. It has emerged as a major hub for innovation, driven by the rapid expansion of technology companies. This dynamic growth highlights Phoenix's unique ability to combine tourism with technological advancement. Through this new route, Starlux Airlines hopes to further strengthen business and tourism ties between Phoenix and Taiwan. Starlux Airlines is pleased to partner with American Airlines. Travelers from more than 40 U.S. cities can seamlessly connect to Taiwan in our flights to 26 Asian destinations. With these collaborations, we aim to build a more convenient and efficient transfer network, attracting both business travelers and connecting passengers traveling between Phoenix and Asia. Finally, I would like to once again thank all our distinguished guests and passengers for joining us at today's inaugural ceremony. Starlux Airlines will still continue to pursue the excellence and innovation, delivering a safe and a premium traveling experience for each passengers. We look forward to welcoming you on board very soon. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Glenn. And I wasn't going to say this, but I thought about it, and I feel I must. I owe you actually a personal debt of gratitude, because your starting this service created an opportunity for me to form a new partnership and friendship. And what my team doesn't know is that on the last day, right before we got on your flight, I got to spend the afternoon with the president and CEO of the Taipei airport. And we got to have a very good discussion about the airport and what they're working on, their challenges, their successes. I got to share about our challenges and successes. A lot of similarities. We have parallel runways. We both have 2 terminals. We're working on building a 3rd. We both have challenges with roadway constraints, and it was a wonderful experience to have that opportunity to visit with them. And I've got new partnerships thanks to you. So thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. I also just wanted, in closing comments, just wanted to mention how big a deal this really is. And I think you probably sensed that just in the discussion we had. But the airport's most recent economic impact study shows that international flights contribute more than $3.4 billion to the local economy each year. And this flight is expected to generate over $170 million each year statewide. So this service is a very big deal. Thank you so very much. Well, this concludes our formal comments. Now we're going to move on to the next portion of the ceremony, where we're going to do a ribbon cutting. And I'm going to introduce each person who will come to the area. We have your names marked out here. And we're going to assist you with that as we bring out the ribbon, the official ribbon. First up, President and CEO of Visit Phoenix, Ron Price. Please come up. You're going to be on stage left. President and CEO of the Greater Phoenix Economic Council, Chris Mackey, right over here. Managing Director of Partnerships and International at Alaska Airlines, Alex Judson. Head of Airline Partnerships at American Airlines, Jeff Ogar. I was going to introduce myself. I won't do that. Councilwoman Ann O'Brien, please come up to the stage. Director General of Taipei Economic and Cultural Office of Los Angeles, Amino Chi. Phoenix City Vice Mayor, Keisha Hodge Washington. CEO of Starlux Airlines, Glenn Chai. And Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego, please join us at the stage.
Bienvenidos a Phoenix en un minuto, más o menos. El día de hoy estamos en el hermoso Papago Park, visitando estas hermosas colinas. A minutos del centro, este asombroso parque ofrece increíbles senderos, campos de golf, instalaciones recreativas con impresionantes colinas que suben y bajan por todo el parque, agregando una vista muy única a tu visita. El parque también cuenta con sitios históricos como la tumba del gobernador y el anfiteatro, que solía ser usado para eventos, conciertos y el servicio del amanecer de Pascua. Todos los senderos son bajos y fáciles de completar, haciéndolo un senderismo muy fluido. Adicionalmente, se puede visitar el zoológico de Phoenix y el desierto botánico. Papago Park tiene 3 estanques que ocupan 6 acres del parque, conocidas como Papago Ponds, ideales para ir de pesca. Cuenta con estacionamiento con acceso para silla de ruedas y ramadas listas para un picnic familiar junto a uno de los lugares más icónicos, el Hoyo en la Roca, un cerro que ofrece hermosas vistas durante todo el año.
My name is Destiny Sire. I'm a management assistant in the Director's Office of the Human Services Department. The City of Phoenix Management Fellowship Program is a year-long program that allows folks with any graduate degree to come in, and it's like an introductory program for folks looking to get into local government. Throughout the time, you have 3 different rotations. And you have interdepartmental projects as well that you assist in, as well as assisting in council projects. It really just gives you a feel of what it's like to work in the public sector for those with limited experience before, and to develop your leadership skills. You know, my background is largely in social work, so I have my master's in social work and I have my master's in public administration. And so I really wanted to get into macro level work, and it really allowed me to utilize both my social work skills and my public administration skills, like to a T, especially within this position and everything I was working on during my management fellowship. It was very enjoyable, and I am so grateful for it. Since it's been around for 75 years, you find prior fellows that have been here 25 years plus that started in the fellowship program and are wanting to support you and hear you out and help you. Last year, the City of Phoenix and Mayor Kate Gallego, it was really important for them to focus on mental health. And so us as a department had a community resource fair at our Travis L. Williams Family Service Center. And we brought together over 20 agencies from around the community. We had over 200 people come to the resource fair to get resources. We were able to really cover it all and had a really good turnout for the first time ever. So it was very, very neat. That was probably one of my favorite projects. I feel like the fellowship is so unique where you don't need to come from a public administration background. What I think is important about the fellowship program is that it allows a route for everyone to come in. No matter your background, you could still find your place in the city. And it's important that you do. I just really think the City of Phoenix Management Fellowship is so special for those that are looking to impact their community. And it really puts you in a position to just keep on growing and learning more in your career, especially if you're looking to stay in local government. So what I would say to someone that's applying is just to reach out. We're excited to talk to you, excited to have the community learn more about the program because we're really looking for everyone. We're looking for you. So.
My name is Brian So. I'm a management assistant 2 at the Planning and Development Department at the City of Phoenix. The Management Fellowship Program is a year-long program for people that have interest in being in local government or City of Phoenix for that matter, to get to really experience what and how the City of Phoenix works. I was considering a career change into local government, so I felt a little nervous making that jump from academia to practice, and I felt like the Management Fellowship Program was a great way to make that jump, be okay to take risks, but be able to get access to really try to learn and absorb and really do a deeper dive on how local governments work. If I were to describe the Management Fellowship Program, I would say it felt like a classroom where I could really study and engage in whatever I wanted to do. And we had great teachers and mentors that could navigate me through the process. What I really appreciate about the program is that I was given really the fullest level of access to everybody that you could think of in the City of Phoenix, which is a wide range of diversity of people. A lot of great people that we got access to, got to interact with them and really learn from their expertise and receive great advice from them along the way. The Management Fellowship Program really gave me confidence that if I really put my head down and really try to understand how the city works, how things operate, how people operate, I can learn great things and I can achieve great things throughout my career at the City of Phoenix. The City of Phoenix set me up on a career of lifelong learning, which I really enjoy doing. So I'm just gonna never run out of opportunities to learn at the City of Phoenix. If you're as curious as I am, if you're excited about learning new things and learning about public service and learning about what local government does to service people, I can't think of a better way than the Management Fellowship Program to do that.
Welcome to Phoenix in about a minute. Today we are here in front of Monroe School. Built in 1914, located at 215 North 7th Street in the intersection of Monroe Street. Designed by Norman F. Marsh, the building has a beautiful neoclassical style with its dramatic columns with a Corinthian order. The Monroe School served as an elementary school and high school from 1914 to 1972, and later as a Department of Defense recruiting center until 1988. By 1988, a small group of volunteers founded the Phoenix Family Museum with the support of the Phoenix legislature. In June 14, 2008, it was renamed Children's Museum of Phoenix. The same day, it opened to the public. It was added to the National Register of Historical Places on August 26, 1977, and to the Phoenix Historical Property Register in May 1987, later adjusted in March 2004.
The City of Phoenix Partner with the Principal program pairs local leaders with school principals to spark ideas, build relationships, and create real impact for students across the city. And after a day in the life experience, everyone gathered at GCU to continue discussions on how to turn inspiration into action, building partnerships that strengthen our schools and future workforce. Here's a look at some of those partnerships.
Last year was my first year of doing the Partner with a Principal program through the City of Phoenix, and it led to a wonderful partnership with At the Outlet, who ended up coming to work with us and our students every Friday for At Our Family Choice Friday.
This was our first time being part of this program. We got to come and take a tour. Principal Schneckloff told us some of the things that she was looking for, and it seemed like we were a good match and a good fit, and we got right to work.
Students had wonderful opportunities through the arts, whether it was pom, dance, vocal, drumline, but they build in a lot of life and social skills within their musical and arts instruction that the students really benefited from and just absolutely loved the experience.
They teach us dances, they help us if we don't know, if we forget, they help us until we actually know it. I think it's like good practice because I want to be like a singer and a dancer, and all the coaches were supportive, and we always had like a performance in front of our parents in the school, and it felt so good because they would clap for us.
Once they start seeing that they're good at something, they start excelling at other areas as well because it helps boost their confidence.
They weren't just working on the skills of the arts, they were also bringing in that social and character development throughout their instruction, and I think that's where those relationships truly get built.
We get to actually practice what we preach, right? And then it's a win-win because we actually saw the difference it made for the students. It led to other opportunities. We were able to do a halftime show for the Rattlers, and some of these students got to do that.
I may not have known about At the Outlet, which is a nonprofit literally just right down the street, if I hadn't applied for Partner with a Principal. So it really brings our eyes open to people right in the community, right in our neighborhood that want to support us, and just as the school, we want to support them.
I would encourage other businesses to get involved with the Partner with a Principal program so that you can see firsthand what's going on in our public school settings and be part of the difference that the students need.
Kitchell came in today to do a beautification project here at William R. Sullivan Elementary with the Murphy School District, and they are painting our beautiful walls in the literacy hub. They're also doing an improvement with our bulletin boards with the different quotes.
Not only does Kitchell want to be known as a great real estate company, but we want to be known as really a Phoenix institution that cares about those that we serve.
They brought in the resources and everything that we needed, and it was done within a few hours.
We really made quick work of our tasks that were ahead of us. We think the classroom looks great. We like the bulletin boards and everything. So yeah, overall, we're just really excited with how it turned out.
I know that our students are going to love it. I could already imagine their little faces when they come in.
The more resources that we have, the more resources that we're able to provide to our students to help them improve with their literacy, with their academics, so then our students can get that additional support from our partnerships that we have.
It's very important that we emphasize that the youth of today are the future leaders of tomorrow, and therefore we have to do all that we can to help make sure the kids have the right learning environment they need to succeed.
This was a great opportunity to partner with the principal, and it has been wonderful. I have been coming over to Vista College Prep now. It's been 1 year, and it's been amazing working with Principal Roy.
She immediately was so supportive, and I'm not really sure what we can provide for you. And she was like, no, it's not about me. What can we do for your school, for your team?
I know that some other corporations, they have like a lot of funding and that's available to create all these programs. And I was like, oh my gosh, I would love to do that kind of stuff, but I don't have that. So in talking to Principal Roy, I did say, so what do you guys need? Like, what can we do that's, I guess, inside of my realm?
I said our teachers are hungry all the time. We love snacks.
I said, snacks? Are you really? She goes, yes. The teachers love snacks because they work long days, hard days, and they're not always able to just go break away and have a meal, especially if they're here, late in the evening. And I said, well, wait a minute now. We can do snacks. I solicited the help of the community, like through LinkedIn, friends, family, Facebook. I'm like, look, these teachers need snacks. They're amazing. They're great. And everybody's like, you know what? I'm donating because teachers do need that extra layer of love. And so it was so easy to get it.
So we set up a snack station in the leadership office. That's where it started. And then she said that she had some experience in public speaking and wellness. And I said the other thing that I really think my staff would appreciate is just some self-care tips. We practice many different skills, and we danced and we journaled and we had some breathing exercises.
We gave techniques on how to take care of yourselves because we know the teachers are always taking care of the littles, and sometimes it's easy not to just, embrace themselves and say, this is what I need.
And then she reached out again, hey, what do you still need? I said, well, microwaves?
Microwaves. She goes, yeah, ours are old and, they don't have the numbers. We don't know how long the food has been there.
The teacher's like, can we get ones that have like the plate that spins?
And I said, you know what? We've got that. We went out and we bought a couple microwaves. I'm so excited that they love the microwaves. That's just proof that sometimes it's just the small things that make a really, really big impact.
We've just been really blessed to have LaShonda, and not just her, but again, the community behind her sorority sisters. That means the world to us.
I would just encourage anyone, everyone, if you're interested, to participate in this program. It is so important to pour into our young people at a very early age. But with that, we can't pour into them without pouring into the teachers.
Up until 1889, the majority of the water that was used by Phoenicians came from the actual original canal that went through town. In 1889, a man named John Gardner started the first city waterworks, which is where we're standing today. Water was delivered to this very spot at Verde Park by a redwood tunnel that extended for 30 miles to the east and the northeast. Part of the city waterworks in 1938 was this pump house. It was built with the intention of being an emergency pump house. Water has always been an important element of thriving in the Valley of the Sun. This pump house represents one of the few remaining structures that show how that water was transported in the early 20th century. And it's a wonderful piece of architecture here in the southwest corner of the Garfield Historic District that we can all continue to enjoy here at Verde Park.
Semiconductor industry is becoming the future of the world. We're establishing something new in the country, something new that will generate the pipeline of future talent for TSMC.
Who doesn't want to be part of probably the biggest company that's coming? And plus, I really needed a career, and thankfully, I've found my career here.
Truly been a privilege to establish this apprenticeship program here at TSMC. We started with 8 apprentices. The apprenticeship program overall is between 18 and 24 months. The apprenticeship is structured in
Good morning and welcome to the January 26, 2026 Economic Development and the Arts Subcommittee. I'd like to call the meeting to order and then turn to our city attorney to explain public comment.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the subcommittee. During citizen comment, members of the public may speak to the subcommittee for up to 3 minutes on issues of concern to them. However, matters addressed must be within the jurisdiction of the committee and the council. The citizen comment period is limited to 30 minutes. Open meeting law allows the subcommittee to listen to the comments but prohibits subcommittee members from discussing or acting on issues presented. However, subcommittee members may respond to criticisms. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, sir. And then I'd like to allow our interpreter, Elsie Duarte, to introduce herself. Elsie?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair O'Brien. My name is Elsie Duarte, and I will be providing Spanish interpretation during today's Economic Development and Arts Subcommittee session. I will now take a moment to address our Spanish-speaking audience. Buenos días, mi nombre es Elsie Duarte. Estaré interpretándole a nuestra audiencia de habla hispana durante esta sesión del Subcomité de Desarrollo Económico y Artes. Para escuchar la reunión en español presencialmente, favor de pasar por unos audífonos ubicados a la entrada de la sala de cámaras. Las personas registradas para hacer un comentario público sepan que podrán hablar libremente sin interrupciones durante el tiempo disponible. Sus comentarios serán interpretados al momento que usted termine de hablar. Gracias. Thank you, Madam Chair O'Brien.
Thank you so much, Elsie. We have nobody for the general call to public, so I'm joined by Councilwoman Stark and Councilman Robinson online. We'll go to item number 1, which is approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move to approve.
And can I have we have
I will second.
Second. Okay. Councilman Robinson with a motion, Councilwoman Stark with a second. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes unanimously. So now I would like to welcome to the table our Community and Economic Development Director, Ryan Tohill, and Thomas Sawyer, our Economic Development Program Manager, to talk about aviation land reuse. Oh, you're already there. Sorry, I should pay a little bit more attention. Our aviation land reuse strategy, land disposal located on Madison Street. There are 3 parcels within Area A, and this is an item for discussion and possible action. And we do have a member of the public here to speak once you're done with your presentation. Go ahead, gentlemen.
Thank you. Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the subcommittee. My name is Ryan Tohill. I recently joined the City of Phoenix as the Community Economic Development Director. I want to thank you for the opportunity to be here today. I'm joined by my colleague, Thomas Sawyer, who has been leading the implementation of the Phoenix land reuse strategy in close coordination with our aviation department. And Tom will walk you through today's item. We have just a few slides, which is a pretty straightforward FAA compliant disposal of 3 aviation-owned parcels to the adjacent property owner. Thomas?
Thank you, Ryan, and again, good morning, Madam Chair and fellow subcommittee members. As previously discussed, the land reuse strategy planning area is west of Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, and within this area, the Aviation Department owns 782 parcels of noise land scattered throughout, as shown by the colored boxes here on the screen. In December of 2022, Aviation received approval from the FAA to dispose or redevelop 427 parcels of aviation noise land. This was the greatest and largest 163 determination in FAA history. These parcels are specifically identified within blocks A through J, shown here on the screen. The determination also provided guidance on sale conditions for disposal of the aviation noise land, and in close coordination with the Aviation Department, CED is charged with leading the execution of the land reuse strategy to ensure land disposal efforts align with community goals while ensuring compliance and compatibility with airport operations. Also ensuring that all disposals require acknowledgement of the site's proximity to Sky Harbor International Airport and agreed to execute a navigation easement with the city, acknowledging any operational impacts such as noise from aircraft and a deed restriction prohibiting residential use. Before today's item, I would like to share some background information on the other land offerings that have been conducted in the Area A of the 163 determination. On June 2021, CED issued a request for proposal for the lease and redevelopment of city-owned parcels near 1414 East Jefferson Street, consisting of 7 parcels or 1.1 acres, shown here outlined in purple, for a mixed-use, mixed-income residential project. Due to lack of developer responses, the RFP was canceled in August of 2021, and subsequently in 2022, Aviation requested the FAA complete its review under the Part 163, which allowed for more flexibility for airports to redevelop aviation noise land. And in 2023, staff sought authorization to conduct direct negotiations for the disposition and redevelopment of this site. And the city has been unsuccessful finding a developer at this time. Switch to the next one. In June of 2024, CED sought authorization to offer a second site through competitive process. This 2-parcel or 1.74 acres site, shown here outlined in yellow. The site includes a 0.37 acre of Neighborhood Services Department property located on Washington Street. This property contains a vacant commercial structure and surface parking that has recently been demoed. The site was rezoned to Walkable Urban Code 5-7 in 2023. And due to this package's location north of Jefferson Street, residential mixed use is allowed under the 163 determination. Therefore, staff sought authorization to issue an RFP for this site. An RFP has not yet been issued. However, when we get to it later this year, each proposer will be required to demonstrate successful completion of at least one vertical mixed-use development project of at least 3 stories in the last 7 years, and an offer to return to the city equal or greater than the appraised value of the site. An appraisal will be ordered immediately prior to the issuance of the RFP, and the RFP will include standard terms and conditions and other necessary requirements. Responsive proposals will be evaluated by a panel that includes city staff and community representatives, and then following negotiations, the recommendation of the successful proposer or offer and business terms will be presented to the subcommittee for review and recommendation. And we plan to issue this RFP sometime later this year. Now
Sorry, if you could hold 1 second. Councilwoman
Sure.
Pastor. So am I hearing correctly, the yellow lines, it doesn't say A, but yes, those. Am I hearing correctly, you are putting together an RFP to take those out?
Yes.
Okay. And I just want to understand on the other previous lines. I heard that an RFP was sent out, but then no one applied for it.
Correct, Madam Chair, to Councilmember Pastor, you are correct. For these 2 groups kind of up in the north that we showed in purple and yellow, purple, we had issued an RFP in the past and it was canceled due to lack of response.
Okay. And I guess my question to that is, are you going to put another RFP out? Because I didn't hear.
Yeah. Right now, we do have council's authority for direct negotiations. However, if it showed interest, we would issue another RFP in the future, yes. We haven't fully decided yet what we're going to.
But you have the authority to do it. Is that what I'm hearing?
We do, for both of them, yes, we have authority
Okay.
to issue RFPs.
And what would make you not want to do another RFP for the ones in the blue or purple or whatever it is?
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, if we got a direct negotiation of developer for the property to the east at 1414, the first grouping, we could also continue those discussions.
Chairwoman O'Brien and Councilman Pastor and subcommittee members, from my understanding, what's been explained to me by Economic Development is basically when they issue an RFP, if there is no interest, then the department has the, I guess, the authority to do a direct negotiation as well to see if there's interest and if they can develop that property. But that's my understanding is they would do that once they've done an RFP and if there were no submittals or if the other submittal did not happen.
So I think that's, to Ginger's point, we issued one RFP, it was canceled for lack of response. We have direct negotiations. The second grouping of yellow, we have not yet issued that RFP, so we would have to get responses or non-responses before we could enter direct negotiations.
So, so because the group that is in the northeast corner has had the RFP issued and then canceled because of lack of interest, you now have the authority to do direct negotiation should somebody show interest in that area. The property in what is the northwest corner of this shape here, you've not done the RFP. You will do that, I heard you say later this year, but because we're in the beginning of the year, that's a long 11 months. So do we have a mid-year, third quarter, a guesstimate that I promise not to like write in cement or anything, but.
Madam Chair, members of the subcommittee, we're tentatively, very tentatively looking at kind of late summer for this site. We're in the process of
So sorry about that.
Okay. We're in the process of hiring a few positions on the team that works on these types of RFPs. So we need to get our staff capacity back up. And then we're in the process of also looking at a number of other RFPs outside of these projects that we just need to prioritize. So we hope to have that prioritization done in the next few weeks. And once we have a better sense of when we'll have our staff positions filled.
Okay, excellent. Does that help, Councilwoman Pastor? Yeah, I think I understand what's happening. Wonderful. Okay, please continue, Thomas.
Thank you. And now on to today's item. The properties to be disposed of are located on Madison Street, outlined here in blue. The groupings consist of 3 separate and non-contiguous parcels, which impact their development potential. The parcels are currently zoned R5 residential, and the properties are surrounded by homes or vacant land. And the parcels were appraised at $386,000 as of April 2024. The groupings was offered for sale from August 1st to August 30th, 2024 for 30 days through the city's website and an ad in the Arizona Republic. The city received one offer for the groupings on August 2024. Staff reviewed the offer and recommend selling to Pilgrim's Rest Foundation, Inc. Pilgrim's Rest is the majority adjacent landowner, owning most of the block north of Madison Street and the adjacent parcels east of the city-owned parcels on the south side of Madison, shown here in the yellow boxes. So the city-owned property are in green and Pilgrim's Rest is yellow. Pilgrim's Rest submitted an offer for $450,000 for all 3 parcels. The offer exceeds the appraised value, generating additional revenue to aviation, and this is a straightforward, compliant, fiscally responsible disposal to an adjacent landowner. So why Pilgrim's Rest Foundation? Pilgrim's Rest has made substantial and sustainable investments in the East Lake Park neighborhood, most notably through the Pilgrim's Rest Sanctuary and its surrounding campus at 1401 East Jefferson Street. They refer to this site as the campus. The campus functions as a community hub that includes a major worship facility serving more than 4,000 congregants, an Arizona State University Charter School Partnership, a wellness center, and administrative operations that deliver essential social service programs to individuals and families living in and throughout the city. The campus is therefore not a standalone property. It is a mission-driven institutional anchor whose long-term longevity directly affects the stability, safety, and economic health of the surrounding neighborhood and into the rest of the city. For that reason, the future character, quality, and uses of the properties being assembled immediately west of the campus, their assembled lots, are of strategic importance to Pilgrim's Rest and the East Lake neighborhood as a whole. The sale of these city parcels will only strengthen the campus's ability to operate, expand, and fulfill its community mission into the future. Therefore, the leadership of Pilgrim's Rest has determined that any future use of the assembled lots must be compatible with and preferably advance the mission and activities already occurring on the campus. Over the years, Pilgrim's Rest has received consistent interest from investors, developers, and mission-aligned partners seeking to participate in this long-term vision. At present, Pilgrim's Rest has not committed to a specific development program, partner, or schedule, and intentionally retains full flexibility in order to pursue the highest and best outcome for its mission and for the City of Phoenix. Pilgrim's Rest approached this land assembly as a patient, long-term community center for steward, not a short-term transactional developer, and the future development will be guided by their principles. And with that, we request the Economic Development and the Arts Subcommittee recommend City Council approval to sell city-owned property identified by the Aviation Department as excess noise land inventory in Area Block A. I'm happy to answer any additional questions.
Madam Chair?
Yes, Councilwoman Stark.
And this is just by way of a comment. I think this is a good plan. I do think that we've had a wonderful relationship over the years with Pilgrim Rest, and so I certainly would be supportive of this recommendation. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Councilwoman Stark. Councilwoman Pastor?
So I would like to make a motion.
Okay.
To move the recommendation, the request that Economic Development and Arts Subcommittee recommend to City Council approval to sell the city-owned property identified by the Aviation Department as excess aviation land reuse strategy land inventory at a price negotiated on the open market based on the city's appraisal to Pilgrim Rest Foundation, Inc.
Thank
I
you.
will second.
Thank you. Councilman Robinson, do you have any questions?
No, none at all. The only thing I would add, but Councilwoman Stark stated it already, our relationship with Pilgrim's Rest and all that they are doing in that area is substantial, and I think this is a great deal.
Wonderful. I have one question. Can this, I know that it sounded like we couldn't do residential in some of the land, but then you made some comments on different parcels that that residential could be, mixed use residential could be done in some areas. Can these parcels have residential?
Madam Chair, no, these cannot. These are included in the 163 as parcels that cannot. Okay. The only ones that we were authorized to do like a multifamily mixed use low income housing were the ones north of Jefferson in Block A.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. And then I have a public speaker on this item, so I'd like to hear from Gerald Good. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. My name is Gerald Good. I am the middle son of former City Councilman Calvin C. Good, and I thank you for allowing me to be here today. My question is not directed to the parcels of land. Our family is landowners in the area, and we certainly support Pilgrim Rest in their efforts to what they're doing. What I wanted to speak on was what you touched on was the 1414 East Jefferson land. And if you allow me just a few minutes to share of where we are with that and what we have done as a family. Tomorrow would be my dad's 99th birthday, so I think of this meeting as wow, this coming up at that time. As a family, my dad always wanted to have affordable housing in the East Lake neighborhood, and he fought for that for many years. It was an unrealized vision, and we've had the opportunity over the last couple of years to try to bring that to fruition. We've had meetings with the former director, Christine Mackey, met with her, and we were trying to work on some things with the Plaza Company and several other individuals. we have been trying to identify a developer for that. And so as of maybe about a month ago, we've come across a potential developer that could work with us on that. And so we would like the opportunity to sit down with your staff again and to look at that and see if this is something that we can flesh out and bring affordable housing to the area. Affordable housing is needed, and we feel like we want to bring that legacy to fruition in the name of our father and my mother.
Well, wonderful. Thank you so much for those very thoughtful comments, and thank you for spending some time with us this morning. I would ask that Ryan and Thomas, you sit down with them and see where we're at on a potential future project for that land. Councilwoman Pastor?
Thank you. Before we go to vote, what I would like to say is that please forgive me for asking those questions, because I was like, I thought this was a Pilgrim's Rest, we were going to move it. But now, forgive me in not studying my packet so well. I think this is well-deserving, especially for that area, knowing the history of that area and wanting to maintain and advance, but also wanting to preserve the history of Eastlake Park and all that has happened in that space. And I would agree, we need affordable housing within that area and space, just for the sake of the neighborhood, of what little we still have. And so I think this is a great opportunity for economic development in that space, and as the collective comes together and continues to preserve what I know of the Good family, and happen to be around and mentored, and even grandkids of theirs that now are friends and associates. It's very important to really preserve this area and its history. So I'm more than open and welcome to proceed with the vote.
Thank you, Councilwoman Pastor. Given there's no more discussion or questions, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any nays? Hearing none, the motion passes unanimously, and we look forward to the future of these parcels and our continued relationship with Pilgrim Rest Foundation, and hopefully we'll soon be back at the table to talk about the other parcels and how we can help to further bring back life to that community and opportunities. So thank you, gentlemen, for the presentation. We do have another, oops, I gotta go back to my agenda. We do have another person from the public here to speak today, and that is Diane Barker. Sorry, what? Yes, for call to the public.
Well, good morning in a chilly Phoenix, and I'm loving it. I've lived in the Valley half of my life, mainly Phoenix, and I'm interested very much in the future. I'm glad to see that the Good family is here, and I knew Calvin Good. In his later years, he was able to live up in his 90s, and I said, Councilman, that mountain can be South Mountain. And he agreed. So let's reach Martin Luther's Mountain and make it Phoenix South Mountain. I'd like to add, after reading the minutes, you're looking to increase, and we're in competition for convention center with up to 10 major cities in the United States, the hotel. And having been on a meeting where we were redesigning Adams Street. You know, I love that street, but it's a sleepy street. And it could all turn around, you know, with the design. Of course, the people that own the property have more say than I do, and that would be the Hyatt Hotel and that Regency garage. I've often thought, tear that garage down, because as speaking with Don Cluth, I said, I was able to see the Alliance building. He goes, what? Let's have lunch. So we visioned that if you would tear that down and create, it could be hotel, it could be ASU space, it could be retail, but you curve that building and you make a plaza over there, and it opens up the whole thing, and you make it really something. You could make it an education center for solar and wind, renewable energy. It could be a place where the students that come to ASU Science, they are able to see that. And that would really be something. But during that study, people were very, very instilled in keeping parking spaces on Adams. That's completely what needs to go. And you can make delivery still in that area by the alley, and you can preserve, Marley's, which is in a historic building. So that's what I'm offering today, that we revisit that whole block there. We're getting a new hotel, a boutique hotel that's near the light rail, and it could be really one of the best streets in the whole world. And so that would be something that I would work forward to and look forward to. Also, what I really think, I've invited a friend to go to Desert Botanical Garden today. We're going to take light rail. And she wouldn't go. We need to energize the public to know it's good to take transit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Diane, for joining us today and for your comments. I would ask my fellow committee members if there are any requests for future items. You do have the layout for the next few months, but if there's anything additional you would like to see.
I was looking for the entertainment district, but I just flipped over, and it's coming in February.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yes, the entertainment district study will be coming to us in February. And hearing no other requests, I am thrilled to give everybody the gift back of time this morning. So we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Senior here at Paradise Valley High School, and I'm also the Outstanding Phoenix Youth Leader of the Year for District 2.
Shivim has always been a very curious student. I had him for actually 4 classes in the bioscience program.